I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert in footballs. I'm not an expert in football measurements.
I don't want anyone rubbing them, putting in the air in them, taking the air out. To me, those balls are perfect, and that's what I expect when I show up.
I can't hold on to football. It's so goddamn hard to hold on to it.
Introducing Mike Cash Collins and Scott Stag Simpson as the Fantasy Millionaires.
Toots and flutes, the GPP Bang Bros, Cash and Stacks coming at you to finish up week 10 and get ready for week 11. There are 4 more regular season games in the Fantasy 2022 season. The playoff push begins right here, right now. Make a trade to get paid, get on the wire, and get your squad right for week 11. With that being said, Stacks, was that Justin Jefferson catch better than Odell's?
Yeah, I would say it was more improbable because it involved the other player and he was fighting against Jefferson as he was trying to leverage it. And it actually ended up creating the of surface area of the ground, but it's still incredible. Like to coordinate that and to pull it down and to have somebody pulling against you and you pull it back in to be a reception. Oh my God. Yeah. I think that is the greatest catch I've ever seen, one-handed or just in general in contested catch land. Like it was ridiculous.
So you're in your museum of football, you're taking the Odell catch off the wall and you're hanging that one up.
Yeah, I didn't hang the Odell catch up because, I don't like his attitude. So I did like the Odell catch. I like the Santonio Holmes catch because that was in the end zone, two-toe tap in the corner to win the game. That's my best catch of all time in the NFL because it's the play too. The play is breaking down. Big Ben just, he's under duress. He throws up something that you don't think should ever be caught, and it's one of those incredible game-winning, Super Bowl-winning catches. So, I mean, to me, that's just the greatest catch of all time. But one-handed in traffic, it doesn't get any better than Justin Jefferson. He's such a beast. Such a beast.
Yeah. I still have Odell hanging in my museum. I don't know. Just aesthetically, that's the most beautiful thing. I mean, George Pickens, it's been replicated. There's lots of catches like that, but for whatever reason, that Odell catch, it just, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'll never take that down unless I see something that, pleases me more. But yeah, that Justin Jefferson catch was ridiculous. What about Derek Carr, the crybaby? Where are you feeling him?
Oh, he's a big crybaby.
Did it affect you at all, or were you smiling when you watched it?
No, it didn't affect me one iota. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I know he's got a heart for his team and all that kind of stuff. You suck.
I do like how he talks, though.
Yeah. It doesn't make me cry, though.
It didn't make me cry at all. I felt like a serial killer watching him cry. Almost anytime somebody cries, it makes me cry. Like I'm a joint crier. Like if you cry, I might cry. Like if someone is genuinely crying, I gotta steel up as a man and not cry. Like I want to cry when I see somebody cry, right? I just was looking at that guy like a veterinarian ready to put their dog to sleep. Like I didn't care at all. I felt nothing in my cold heart watching him stand up there.
I don't feel anything for him. I don't feel anything for Russell Wilson. I don't feel anything really for any of these guys. I like watching Aaron Rodgers get angry. Tom Brady, it's kind of old hat by now. I don't really care, but watching Aaron Rodgers get angry genuinely makes me happy. Like I get going, like I'm like, oh, I hope he throws a pick. Like, oh, look what he's going to do. Like I'm anticipating a meltdown and it's just so great to watch. He's just a big baby these days. So, no, Derek Carr, I don't care, but You know,
How about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady getting W's?
yeah. Well, we talked a lot of shit. Bo and I did on the show, Chalk Block, about how Aaron Rodgers was finally going to lose to the Cowboys, and then apparently, he spent some time with Christian Watson over the week, and they developed a genuine relationship. So good for them. 3 touchdowns. I mean, that was ridiculous.
He should have had 4.
Yeah, he should have had 4.
He should have had 4. He took his eye off the ball and didn't run through his route. It was like a third and 2 or something.
Could have had another.
Could have had 4.
Yeah,
could have been Al Bundy.
Shout out to Derek Brown, who won like $16,000 yesterday too. He was crushing it. He jumped on Chalk Block and was kicking it with us a little bit in the comments. Love DB. He works with Bo over at Fantasy Pros, DFS Sharp for sure. I mean, he was 2,000, 6,000, 6,000, 5,000. So that gets me going. Honestly, I was just okay, magnifique, Big D.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm and this is more off-air discussion, but I think the next level in my game is figuring out, because I am a GPP bang bro for life. It's finding the right tournaments, dude.
Yes.
Because this little 50 cent, try and win 10 G's tournament, it's impossible. Like,
it is.
Me and you did 100, and I did 150. Max entry is 150.
Yes.
Because you talked to me and I said I'm doing 150 Justin Fields lineups. You're like, I'm not going to do 20% anymore. I'm going to do 80% Justin Fields. And me and you finished 820 and 920 out of our 150 entries. It's just so frustrating, man. So hard.
Well, even when you pick the right quarterback and you pick the right wide receiver and you pick the right running back and the other right running back and the right flex and the right defense and the other wide receiver, and then you missed on a wide receiver. Oh,
dude, I played. So I did 150 and then I did another smaller tournament because I was like, I want to have some exposure to Patrick Mahomes, right? In another little 50 cent one that was only 28,000, I finished like 97th or something like that,
Yeah, I mean, here's the trick, and I know this, and you don't know this, but maybe you do. The bigger the tournament, the higher the score you have to get.
Right.
It becomes this rat race. And so really what I'm doing is I'm spending $75 a week just to get good at building lineups so that I can progress into that. So that's the next stage too. Right now, though, I'm just going to build those 50 cent jammies and play around. But
Me too. But like, yeah, your boy Derek Brown, like, you see these wildcat entries.
He wouldn't have won in our tournament. He would have won.
Yeah, right. He probably had like 220 cashing. Yeah. So
it's annoying. It's go big or go home in the GPP Bang Bros Hall of Fame. So.
But those wildcat entries are like $300 or something like that, But I saw somebody post it. This was somebody we know. It's somebody like Derek Brown, like somebody you might have posted it. They had like $250,000 they won because they did 20 entries in the wildcat, and they finished 3 like
bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, they banked it. They
Banked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, odd bobs and bibs and all that stuff. No, it's true. Well, listen, I love this. This is GPP Bang Bro Talk. We're kind of getting in the weeds here because that's what we do. Me and Mike, we do DFS on our own, not on your dime, on our dime on the phone. And so it's kind of spilling out into our show here because we love it so much. But we'll get back to it. We'll talk DFS Stacks of Cash. It's called a tease. We've got our best stacks this week. Mike's got his. I've got a crossover stack. I'm going to steal one of your guys for one of my stacks. So it's going to be a whole thing. I'm excited. But with that being said, do please go follow Mike. He's in need of some followers. I'm not going to lie. Compared to myself, there's not a competition. But we want to get Mike up there.
It was a competition a long time ago, and then it stopped.
I never thought it was a competition.
You created the competition, so
I just started amassing followers, and
once you saw that you were just going to surge right past me, you said, "I want to compete with you," and I was like, "I don't think I want to."
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone well. But go follow him. He is the Ralph Macho on Twitter, the only Ralph Macho.
I've been getting a lot of sex bots lately, so that's good.
Me too. Back in the saddle. Please go follow us. We're nearing 1,000 followers on the Fantasy Millionaires, FF Millionaires on Twitter. Follow us there. jingle the bell on YouTube and like and subscribe and do all those good things for us. So
Yes.
with that being said, we are going to jump in to trades to get paid. And I'm excited because we're going to get paid. We want to get paid, and that's the goal of getting these trades. So let's talk about our buy high candidates first. These are the trades that you are making right now this week. These are your Luke Sawhook trades.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to rebrand this segment "Getting Luked." So,
Sawhook your league mates.
Yeah,
or
who
get,
you getting
or be their Sawhook.
Yeah, you're getting Sawhook this week. Just unload your best players for these guys. You got Kadarius Toney up there. Shocker. Bo McBrayer today tweeted out that he just found out about him. So I was pretty excited.
Even Bo McBrayer, Bo McBig Time has finally come around because he saw all it took was seeing him adjust his gloves. I don't know where Bo's been. Go watch some other stuff. He's got a lot cooler stuff going on than him adjusting his gloves. That guy is phenomenal. And here's the thing, okay? This is why I'm advocating for the buy high at this point, okay? This guy has been a total headache, okay? His usage, his injury history, it's risky. This is a buy high risk, but here's why I'm going to go ahead and buy high, okay? I think there's a path where this guy is wide receiver 1 on that team, and not just wide receiver 1. Like Tyreek, his talent, his ability, I can't comp him. I don't know who to comp him. He doesn't really remind me of anybody. I mean, he's got his skill set. It's like he's got every single thing that you want in a wide receiver. You might think he's a little bit small. He's actually not. He's actually kind of thick. Like maybe DeAndre Hopkins would be the best, but I would say he's quicker and he is more elusive than DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, it's tough for me to comp that guy.
Well, and this is the picture right after he adjusted the gloves. So this is him catching that high pointing the ball BT dubs in the defender's face. And this was a contested catch. 2 defenders are right around him, by the way. And before this play, he caught a little flare, a little wheel on the side, and he 3 people had clean shots at him, and they barely touched him.
It looked like he was running out of bounds for 10 yards on that play, too.
He like deflected grown men who were launching themselves at him to take him down, and it's like he just like nuance. It just turns his body like a little tiny angle of where they're going to think, nope, not there. And they go by him like a missile in Tom Cruise movie. And then he pivots because his foot at the same time is planning somewhere because he's going, I'm also going to move my body down this way, a different way, and cut back. You're like, what are you doing? How can you video game yourself that way? Like, it is remarkable. It's like a gymnast, ballerina, power lifter, all in one. It's remarkable. Yeah. And he's got a vert that you want in somebody who's going to go down and do 50-50 balls for people. And he's got Patrick Mahomes throwing in the ball. So Juju Smith-Schuster has a concussion, and there's no Mecole Hardman for a little bit. He's banged up too. MVS, what? Sky Moore? I don't think so. I think you're here. Kadarius Toney is here to stay. He just is. Get him. Bye.
Yeah, I love everything you just said. It just made me want to say this, that whenever I like want to comp DeAndre Hopkins, I kind of comp him to Alvin Kamara. And if I want to comp Alvin Kamara, I comp him to DeAndre Hopkins because they have this way of playing football like they're in the Matrix, right?
Yes.
Where they're just like the bullets are coming and they just move.
That
is what Kadarius Toney has in spades.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's different, but Tyreek Hill has that too. Like when he makes movements with his body, he makes you overcommit to other ways. And then he like just does regular things to like run and turn and walk, run, walk. You're like, whoa, he set you up 3 moves ahead of time where he caught the ball, where he pivoted on like he caught a touchdown where he was wide open the other day. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And it was like his first touchdown in a long time. And he was so wide open. I think it was against Detroit. in the corner right there of the end zone, he's one of those little Devontae Adams, like he starts to go in and he goes right back out to the corner, and it just made my heart so happy because you're just like, that is the best. Nothing can stop that. There's nobody who can stop him. And so if Kadarius Toney has the nobody can stop him powers, and they put him in the Chiefs offense in position where nobody can stop him, you're right. Like the sky is the limit. So I like this. I'm going to co-sign this as an underwriter of this trade. I would definitely do this trade. And if you see Bo in the mean streets, let him know Mike was on Kadarius Toney since last year. So, he was just waiting for the right opportunity to present itself in New York. Honestly, not really consistent in opportunity. So, all right, let me go to my guy here. I've got Tony Pollard, Tony P. I know that the Dallas Cowboys lost, and that's sad, but they scored a bunch of points, and Tony Pollard looked great as their running back. He scored a touchdown. I know Zeke is going to be back, but I mean, he's got a knee issue. He is old. I'm wanting Tony Pollard. Before I was selling him high. Now I am buying him high. So that's somebody who has Zeke, does not have enough Pollard, and I'm regretting it. So if you are going to make a run and you believe in Tony Pollard as I do, I would make a move for him.
Here's why I like it as a buy high, because at this point, man, it's like it's there's only 2 more weeks or so. Some leagues are already like, we're in a league, 2 leagues I'm in this week. The trade deadline is this week. It's starting, right? So why not gamble? Like, this is the time where, the Justin Fields manager is just getting so excited. You know what I mean? Like Tony Pollard, it's a risk. There's a risk because of Zeke, but I like it because of the fact that, when we're telling you to buy high, we're not telling you, Travis Etienne, we already told you, like, there's guys that you're not going to get these guys. Like, you could get Tony Pollard right now because of Zeke,
right?
Because Zeke looms in the background, So I like
he's
it.
Available. He's on the block,
right?
So yeah. All right. Let's jump to your buy lows. We like to go with the buys first. So and my buy low connects with your sell low, so we'll pivot off of that way. But let's talk Kyle Pitts, right? Buy low candidate. I talked about eviscerating him. He comes back, gets a touchdown finally, has a down outing last week on Thursday Night Football. Talk to me about Kyle Pitts. It's a yin-yang, up-down situation. Arthur Smith hates him. He loves him. He hates himself. I don't know.
No, Arthur Smith loves him. He loves watching him block. His favorite thing to do is watch Kyle Pitts block. Here's what's interesting.
Yes.
Kyle Pitts and Mark Andrews lead the NFL in air yards. Yes, he's averaging the same numbers on his back, 8 targets over the last 3 games. Okay. I'm just advocating for a buy low here because as someone who has multiple shares of Kyle Pitts, you can get him on the cheap. Like, you could get him right now on the cheap. Most people are thinking about dropping him or getting rid of him. And if you have strength on your squad, I don't think Desmond Ritter's coming in this week. He might not come in this season. Okay. But I think the moment Desmond Ridder gets in there, Kyle Pitts becomes Kyle Pitts again.
Have you seen the picture of him throwing the ball up in the air, laying on his back? I mean,
the Mariota one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I wanted to make a poop joke and just say, like, when one gets away from you, because that thing looked like a rocket, coming out. So, all right. So my buy low is your sell low. So we might be able to connect here. And it is DeAndre Swift. And you saw what he could do when he's in there. They put him in there in the green zone, in the red zone area, right, where he can be effective. He got a touchdown. So, I think that, his high ankle sprain is an issue. He's not going to get 30 touches a game. He's going to get 10, but I think in your flex, in your, if you need a running back, he's worth it because they suck on defense. They're going to have to they produce points. They score points. They came back. They won that game 31-30. So I know he wasn't marquee featured in it, but I'm willing to buy. You're selling. It's not too bad. I'm not overbuying, overselling. You're trying to sell. I'm trying to buy.
Yeah. Good segue into my sell low. This is why I'm selling low, because there's buyers out there. And I think that the DeAndre Swift experience, I blame Dan Campbell. You're the one who peeped me to this never-ending high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
I was unaware of this. I thought he had like a shoulder injury. I thought that's what was holding him out. All I know is Dan Campbell likes Jamal Williams. He probably liked your tweet that you put out at the beginning of the season.
I did this. This is my fault.
When it's down in the green zone, it is Jamal Williams time. So I think might as well just see if you can find, because this is why I'm saying Cello. I think my partner Stacks, there's buyers out there, and
McBride will buy.
Right. Get him off your squad, man. Get ready for the playoffs. You do not want to have DeAndre Swift and start him in the playoffs. Get him off your squad. Sell him to Stacks. Sell him to Bo. Get rid of him. Done.
Out of here. Sold. I like it. You got me. All right. Let's talk about the sell highs right now. I'll lead. You can lead off.
What about your sell low?
Oh, my sell low. Well, you want to start with sell high? Oh, you did my. Okay. Oh, yeah, you did your sell low. I'll do my sell low. I forgot about him. Yeah, Herbert. That's how I forgot about him so much. Justin Fields is the running game right now. Khalil Herbert and Dave Montgomery are just kind of field dressing, and Montgomery's better field dressing. And Khalil Herbert did get a red zone carry. He did not do anything with it. Justin Fields is better in the red zone than Khalil Herbert is. So the trend to me is get rid of him. He's just not worth it right now. So it could change, but I'm not a big fan of Montgomery or him. I like Justin Fields. That's who I would want, but no one's trading him because they're not stupid. So, well, never mind. Sorry. Take it back.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for the RB2 on that team to do anything when the quarterback is rushing for 170 yards a game.
Right. Right. He's faster than him. So hey, you know what? He's a good decoy. So you don't want a decoy on your team, so. All right. You start with your sell high, and I'll close this down with mine because mine's kind of a, bit of a, shocker because I moved him from buy high to sell high in 2 weeks. I'm already, done. So.
I think Gabe Davis is, he could be buy low next week. I just think he fits the sell high model. I mean, it's such a bipolar experience.
Always.
And you're getting ready for the playoffs. There's going to be buyers for Gabe Davis. So I'm just advocating for see what you can get, sell high because he had one of his good weeks this past week.
Yeah. Gabe Davis, if you're looking at the PPR, right? He's feast or famine, right?
Mm-hmm.
18.8, 6.2, 2.3, 32.1, 16.4, 5.5, 5.3, 21.3. So it's like you can't live with those 5.5 weeks. They are soul crushing weeks. So, maybe you can be mitigators of him every other week and be good with it. But playoffs, you kind of need players you can play. So I'm with you. All right. My sell high is Christian McCaffrey because Elijah Mitchell came back and they gave him 18 carries. And I understand
18 to 14.
Yeah, 18 to 14. I was going to say it is indicative of they want to keep McCaffrey fresh. They want to keep him alive. They don't want to run him out like they were doing in Carolina. So I was wrong. It looked like they were just going to be really potent, but they want to grind it and bang it. And Elijah Mitchell fits that model too. And they're just going to run the ball 35 times a game. And maybe next week McCaffrey's got 18 and Elijah Mitchell's got 12, and Debo's got 3 and Ayuk's got 1 and Jimmy G's got 1, I don't know. That could be how the carries go next week. So it's just McCaffrey will have weeks where he does explode for 2 touchdowns. I think, 13 to 18 points every week is expected in that range. I say 15 to 18, but you want him as a first round pick to be scoring 25 points each week. So if you could sell high while you can before somebody kind of catches on, I would do it, because I think after a while, unless somebody gets hurt again, it's going to be more of what you see this week.
I mean, I'll buy. So if somebody, for the right, this is another thing where cash and stacks, we would be selling and buying all over in this market. I would buy. I'll tell you who was second on my list for sell low was Deebo Samuel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the reason why I didn't pick Deebo Samuel is because I don't think it's a good week to sell him at all. Because I think he's going to have a bomb week in the next week or two. Like he's Deebo Samuel. I mean, he's going to do what he does. That offense is so interesting.
Yeah.
It would be crazy to think if Trey Lance was moving along a Justin Fields trajectory in that offense, like what they would do. They would just be
judging you.
Oh my gosh, just doing. They have so many weapons now. I mean, Elijah Mitchell is such a good running back. He's such a good running back. So, I get the sentiment. I mean, my thing is why I would buy is I like how they're using him. I like the fact that he's going to catch those little routes where he just missed, breaking one in that game. So, but yeah, Elijah Mitchell is factoring in, dude. Factored in.
Yep. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Actually, we'll talk about him in just a second, because we're going to transition to the wire. That was great. He actually is on the wire. We have him in there. So, but we'll actually start with quarterback. We got two to kind of get you hot and heavy this week. Matt Ryan is back. Jeff Saturday, Jeff Sunday just goes, "What are we doing here with Ellinger?" Matt Ryan's on my team,
right?
So Matt Ryan's back, and he looked Matt Ryan-ish, except for that 39-yard run, looked nothing like himself. I saw a tweet that all the people he's run longer than this year, and it was a bunch of running backs, Najee Harris, a bunch of all these, like 20 running backs have not run the ball 40 yards. And Matt Ryan did yesterday. So, but Matt Ryan's available. How much fab you spend on Matt Ryan? Like $6, $5?
Whatever, man. I mean, hopefully you don't have this is if you're, a Geno or a Tua owner and you got fab. Yeah, you could, you want to fill it in. He's a bye week, fill in. That's what he is. Yeah. I am so excited that we had a Saturday miracle this past Sunday. Like I just think it's so cool.
The narrative, it makes it fun.
Oh yeah, man. It was so cool. I saw
Edgerrin James out.
What's that?
You see Edgerrin James in the mix?
I saw. Yeah, well, I didn't even understand what he was talking about.
But Edgar, what I saw was after the win, Edgar and James and Jeff Saturday were like, bandana.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about his tweet. He had
no. They were together after the win, and like they're bringing out like all the stars. Like they're like here when the Redskins would do this, you know what I mean? Like they'd be like, we made a decision that's unilaterally panned, like bring in Dale Green. You know what I mean?
So I my favorite thing that
why is Edgerrin James there at the Vegas game? He's like in the suite, in the coaches area, whatever. Afterwards, just like, yeah, Jeff, and they're like videoing it. It's like it's so not contrived. Like it looked authentic because like he's happy, like they want. But like, why are we watching this? How is this? Social media is here. This is so like the Colts are putting a good image out there because he won. And then today I see the tweet that Jeff Saturday tweeted out in October where he said the Raiders are not a good team. He's like, the Raiders are bad. And so it's just so funny. Like it's the NFL
awesome.
2022,
It's awesome. My favorite thing I saw was a clip from Good Will Hunting where Matt Damon is, talking to the mathematician, and he takes his piece of paper and he crumples it up and he's like, "Do you have any fucking idea how fucking easy this is for me?" It's like Jeff Saturday. It's awesome, dude. Dude. Colts to the moon, dude. Come on, Colts make the Super Bowl. I mean, that's what I'm rooting for.
JT.
Yeah, JT's back too. So
yeah. I might be the high scorer in my guillotine league this week. I got JT, Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams.
Okay,
Jesus.
Toots.
Muhammad's on
Toots.
there too. Yeah, it's a Vishnu's. I got everybody.
Okay.
Ghost of Christmas presents on there too.
Nice.
Yeah. So speaking of the ghost, maybe it doesn't happen again, but Kenny Pickett's a big boy. So when he gets down by the goal line, sometimes he's going to hand the ball off to, Pickett to Pickens. Sometimes he's going to throw the ball to him. Sometimes he's going to barrel his little way in there. 19 points. I think you picked him up and played him against me in a league. So it's not like you haven't done this already. You inspired me to put him on here. But if Kenny Pickett's around and you need you get nothing. I would get Pickett on your team. He's going to get.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think he's moving in the right direction. I think he's going to be an NFL quarterback, and Steelers D look good again. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk some RBs. We've got 3 to choose from. We've got, Keyshawn Vaughn, the aforementioned Elijah Mitchell, Isaiah Pacheco as well. Pacheco looked electric, right? And except for the fumble, which is just like, backbreaking. You get a touchdown maybe on that play or in that series. Doesn't get yanked out with that, just nice defensive play. But you're looking at like a 20-point performance maybe from him, but it didn't happen. What do you think about Pacheco that you like?
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean, CEH, he's done. It's transitioning to be his offense, and the fact that they went back to him after that fumble, I think it's just it bodes to the coming. I mean, he seems to be the better running back. I mean, that's what you're seeing. He's bigger, more powerful, and faster, and he's
better.
Yeah, I mean, now he has over half a season under his belt, and Andy Reid looks like he's just starting to trust him more, to give him another opportunity right after that fumble. I think shows that it's his offense. You can go ahead and scratch Keyshawn Vaughn, because when I sent this over to you, I thought Leonard Fournette was potentially out for a few weeks. He's got a hip pointer, probably playing next week. So see you later, Keyshawn Vaughn.
Stash me if you need to. Elijah Mitchell, if he's not in an IR slot on somebody's bench, I would see if he's on your waiver wire, possibly. Pacheco's not on the waiver wire in the BFFs, even though I'm going to be 3-7. I've got him. So if he does make a run here, and him and Tony kind of take on, you and I will have a little bit of fuel for fodder in that league, which I'm excited about. Speaking of fuel for fodder, holy Julio Jones sighting, Batman. He's got 2 touchdowns this year. Tom Brady's bringing him back. And he also, the thing that most impressed me about was that fucking tackle on the interception, man. He just
you remember that.
It got me so hard. I was like, because the guy was running forward, and then he encountered Julio, and then he went back like 4 yards in a great form tackle. I was just like, and I remembered, Julio does that on all interceptions. Julio's head hunting out there. He's like, it's my turn now. I've always wanted to hurt people. And he does it every time. I'm gonna have to go find the video to share in my 3 tweets, because that's what I love is Julio Jones. So are you into Julio too? Because I know I'm in.
Yeah, in the analyst league, I grabbed him before this week. So nice. I here's the thing. I mean, he was getting drafted, maybe even as early in 12-man leagues as like the 11th, round in certain leagues, 12th round. I mean, he had draft capital going into 2022 with Tom Brady, and then the Bucks have spiraled, and Julio Jones, of course, being the old man that he is, gets injured, and you just kind of think that he's done. But he is Julio Jones. And, I remember hearing stuff about him in preseason that he's the same speed as he ever was. The only thing that's really changing about Julio Jones is just, the wear and tear on, a guy now entering into his mid 30s. And so that's what happened, but he is healthy. And when they are healthy, you get these guys and you play them. I think he's a weekly flex consideration now. So,
for sure. Let's watch this form tackle. So first of all, Julio is on the 41-yard line of his own 41. The player who's intercepted the ball is number 57. I can't read his name. He is on the 46. So there's a 5-yard disparity between them. Also, I'd say in the lines of parallel, maybe he's like 5 feet away from him on that line of trajectory. So here's the play. It gets me going. Here we go.
Picked off by Cody Barton.
Just destroys him, just like a heat-seeking missile. Here, we'll watch it again because he just comes in like a heat-seeking missile.
By Cody Barton.
Oh,
looks like he should play linebacker.
Yeah, dude, he drove him back so far. I love you, Julio Jones. You're like one of my heroes because you just kick some butt, So. Yep. I'm saying definitely grab him. Okay, couple more guys. By the way, I just want to tell you, this is the third straight week that Diamond Peoples-Jones has been on the wire. I've not taken off his name. I've just changed his graphic. So if you didn't listen to me last week, you should listen to Stacks this week because he's telling you to do it too. So now it's 2 people telling you to do it out of the Millionaires for the third straight week. So please.
He gets you 12 points every time.
Yeah, just pick him up. You need him. Pick him up. Don't let anyone else just at least cock block him from someone else being able to have him in your league.
12 points, plug and play, dude. You know what I mean?
And I told you before, Deshaun Watson's coming back.
Yep.
So,
dude, how about who we forgot? It's Christian Watson. He should be on the wire because he's probably available.
Well,
he's out there.
Yes, I would definitely say him. He's an elevate for me, but I assumed he was already rostered because I have him and I didn't play him. So, I lived and I learned. But for sure, Christian Watson, double stampies, touch blue, make it true, all that kind of stuff. Touch blue, make it true. Speaking of that, Darius Slayton, man, he's got jets sometimes, and you saw it in that matchup against Houston. They suck, but he's their wide receiver one.
He's their wide receiver one. It's been established.
Yeah, it's been established. So get him. Anything else you wanted to add to the DS train?
No, I mean, just, as somebody who was, crossing their fingers on Wan'Dale Robinson, it's Darius Slayton's season.
Right, it is. Talk to me about Nico Collins because I was advocating for him at the beginning of the year. He kind of had some injuries. He's back. What do you see?
Yeah, he's back, and as bad as the Texans are in terms of their record, they find ways to get down in the red zone, and the Brandon Cooks experience this year has just been garbage. I don't think it's good when a guy demands to get traded and then doesn't play the next game because he's mad about it. So I don't know. Nico Collins, he's popping off the page on the wires that the various leagues I'm in.
He's got some good attitudes too.
Yeah,
it's part of it. He's there to play. So I like that. All right, let's talk tight end. I'm gonna start with Foster Moreau because I told you guys to start him last week. I just changed the graphic for him too, moved him down because he was up here where Nico is before. Second straight time. No Bo McBrayer telling us not to pick him up this week, though. He's catching a touchdown in this picture. And I started him a lot last week, and I was pleased it was starting him in the DFS realm. So I would say make sure you get some Moreau. There's no more Darren Waller this year. What a terrible, poor year for Darren Waller. I hope he's doing okay mentally and emotionally as he goes through injuries, which is part of football, but just still something you don't want someone to have to do, and then they're isolating because you're not with the team. So, love Darren Waller, but Foster Moreau, the guy, pick him up. What about your boy Johnson. What do you think
How about
him?
Juwan Johnson now has more fantasy points depending on how you score it than Taysom Hill. So
Talk about him
and
later.
he is
Yeah.
out there. He is on waiver wires, and he is
Yes.
just consistently putting together back-to-back weeks. So
Yes.
it's Juwan Johnson season.
Well, you see the picture of the defender here in the corner. There's a series of pictures I choose from when I go to Getty Images, and there was like 5 of these in a row. And the first one, the defender was in front of him. Second one, he was coming up to the defender. Then all of a sudden he was by the defender, and then the defender had not really moved. It was interesting to see when you see poor tackling, poor angles, being afraid. It's what he was. That's a big hoss coming down on a smaller man. You could just see he thought he was going to go out of bounds. It was a little bit shit.
Is that the Ravens game?
No, this is in the. I think it might have been in. I don't know which game it was.
I think in the Ravens game he was out of bounds in that one, but yeah.
I don't think this is the Ravens game.
I don't know.
Yeah. So he's a beast. Yeah, he's a beast. What about the last thing, the Commanders D?
Look, I think the Commanders, their D is wildly underrated and have played multiple teams really, really tough. I think they have, playoff caliber defense, and they're probably out there. So this is what the wire is. They'll
be dropped because the Eagles offense.
Yeah,
tonight.
If they're not on the wire, they're gonna be on the wire after tonight because the Eagles are gonna,
AJ Brown them, Dante Smith them. They did this. They beat him. Dante Smith had 3 touchdowns last time.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. But I think that they're pretty high caliber defense that is probably still lingering around that could help you during the playoffs.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's talk about elevation, mitigation, and evisceration. We call it elevate, mitigate, eviscerate. We're going to talk about the plays that you need to do. Your start, your sit, you get rid of, get them off your team. So we'll start with elevate, and I'm a little Daniel Jones season. Who's he going up against this week, Mike? A team good against QBs, right?
The Lions, baby, the Lions, and Daniel Jones just continues to put up these nice over 20 point performances for 6 point per touchdown QBs. He's just doing it back-to-back weeks. The Giants continue to do what they do, and he is continuing to perform, get you those rushing yards, and it's just a horrible, dreadful defense he's going up this week. So fire up Daniel Jones versus the Lions.
He's QB 14, right? But in the last 4 games, he's QB 10. So got you 69 points.
Nice.
That was not intentional. Yeah, I got to hit my own gift there. Nice. Well, I did not mean to do that. That's just what it was. Noise. All right. I do like that a lot. His rushing upside, his connection now with Slayton, and of course, anytime you can throw the ball over to somebody named Saquon, and he can make a difference too. So I like it. All right. Speaking of making a difference, the Commanders, we talked about their defense. Defenses go along with run games. Antonio Gibson, talk about what you've seen out of him being the better running back. I think kind of obvi. Back to the Bo McBerry tweet from against the last time any defense actually stopped Justin Fields, the Washington Commanders, a long time ago. What do you see in Gibson?
I see the Texans on the horizon, and any running back playing the Texans, I'm going to put them in the elevate camp. Beyond all of that, I wouldn't be surprised to see Carson Wentz come back. I think the Taylor Heineke experience is going to end.
Wane.
Yeah, it's going to end with just a
mauling tonight.
Yeah, a beat down by the Eagles. And
all the junkies pick the Eagles. All the junkies.
I mean, it's no brainer. They're going to be 9-0. Yeah. And Heineke, everybody in this area likes him, is rooting for him, but I don't know, he's got that Tebow thing where he just kind of, he pulls off these
Wins.
miracles again and again. But he's
would
not as
Kirk
good of a
Cousins-
quarterback as Carson Wentz. He's just not.
I agree.
So
If he would have beat Kirk Cousins, that would have been a big deal. But he threw a terrible interception into like nobody's man.
because he's not good. He's not
Right, you can't see
good.
the
Not
field.
good.
YOLO balls all the time. So yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, the real quarterback. And as of right now, if the season ended today, the Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles, previously mentioned, would all make the playoffs. So yeah, there's that. That's kind of good, I think, for the division. Commanders are kind of there too. A couple games under 500, but whatever. All right, let's talk Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. I'm talking Tyler Boyd for DFS Stacks of Cash later. So I'm into this. I love this. When I saw this pick for you, it's something that I co-sign this. He is going to be their wide receiver 1-ish, wide receiver 2. Depends on what's going to happen in the game. You see, he's got the grit to be the inside at the slot, but he can also play, kind of the Y sometimes too. So I like this play a lot. Talk to me about what you've seen in Tyler Boyd with Jamar Chase out.
I mean, the Steelers are just giving up a ton of points at the wide receiver position. Tyler Boyd, he plays a slot, and he just, once Jamar Chase went down, he's getting the ball more. He was the forgotten man in that just dominant trio of wide receivers. But, a few years ago, he was the man. Like Tyler Boyd was wide receiver 1 on that team. And, the Steelers giving up points at his position. Tyler Boyd is kind of a little bit boomer bust, even as wide receiver 2 now on that team. But it's a little bit fluky because he's had so many times where, like in that Joe Mixon 5 TD game, like I think he had a touchdown in that game that didn't get called a touchdown. It was a touchdown.
Right.
He caught the touchdown, but they, for whatever reason, spotted at the 1-inch line. That's happened in multiple games with Tyler Boyd this season. He's got a few of those catches where it's like, dude, he caught that. That's a touchdown.
You're reading my DFS script, by the way, because if he pops at his price with my stat, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, well, elevate that. I mean, we can save it for later. Elevate Tyler Boyd, man. I mean, it's a good matchup this week, and the Bengals they need to get some payback versus that just horrendous first game they had. So I expect this game to go for the Bengals. Probably be closer. Them getting TJ Watt back, I think, makes a difference. And I do think Joe Burrow, when he does not have time, that guy, like, it's not his fault. It's not like it's Carson Wentz either. Like, all he needs is freaking 3 seconds. But the line, I think, is getting better progressively throughout the season. Not like leaps and bounds, but enough where someone with his skill set and his abilities, makes plays. And I think Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins are going to benefit.
Yeah, I can't wait to bring T. Higgins back off my bench. Let it be known I have T. Higgins and Lamar Jackson coming back on the team.
Nice. I know.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get Andre Stevenson in my league back this week.
I have him on that same team.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get him. That team is I'm still winning without those guys on this week, though, and I might be beating you. So, but we'll see.
Crab cakes, you got those guys?
No, I don't. It's another league, but I wish I had those guys. Yeah, I think it's Bo's league, maybe. Or another. I'm in those 3 leagues. I'm actually like first place in all of them. It's kind of crazy. So, all right. Let's talk the aforementioned Christian Watson. Holy guacamole, Batman, as many people are saying, as you do the Lambeau leap into those throng of white, cheesy, beer-soaked Green Bayans. Almost had 4 touchdowns, had 40-some points in DFS, I think, or something, almost like that. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I'm a believer now. I didn't see this coming. I said it was a Lazard week. How did it become a Watson week? If
I I wasn't on Lazard until we talked, and then I did have a lot of Watson because he was 3,700. But
Right.
Watson is the speedster, so I think he fits well with Aaron Rodgers' skill set. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is, he throws just one of the best deep balls in the league. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is still really good. There's no like the guy hasn't changed. He's just needed players to step up, and yeah, I mean, I get the call, the Titans this week. I think it's a good opportunity for Christian Watson to build on what he did last week, dude. I mean, 3 TDs is nice.
I'm not expecting 3 T's, but maybe one.
Yeah, maybe one. I can buy that.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about this sexy hulk of a man, Greg Dulcich. Ooh, hello. I love the locks. I love the stash. I love that Cash and Stacks both like him as well. There's no Jerry Jeudy. That's sad news, but
no Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, targets will be dispersed. Talked about the Dulcich.
Yeah, the Dulcich getting the just the horrible defense of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh yeah,
I mean I think that I think the Bronco I think Derek Carr is crying again after this game. I think we get another cry presser. And yeah, I mean, it's strictly the Jeudy targets are vacant. He was already getting heavily targeted. So, he just missed this past week on having, a decent week for fantasy purposes,
You see wide open on that 40-yard pass.
Right. So, I mean, I think it's a good opportunity for him versus the Vegas Raiders this week.
Yeah, I'm going to co-sign that too. I love that's a great call. All right, let's get you one more elevate before we get to mitigate, and that's the Saints defense this week. They struggled against Pittsburgh, not an epic offense. What's turning it around this week?
Oh, well, they're playing the Rams, who the defending Super Bowl champions are eliminated. Dude, Cooper Kupp, pour some out for his ankle. He's probably not playing this week. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? I mean, this is the week, man.
In New Orleans?
Let's see. Where is this game being played? It is at New Orleans. Correct.
This is going to be who that nation going to come for them boys. Oh, yes. It's going to be good. Yeah, no, I love this. This is a great call. Yes. No, I'm going to triple co-sign this one too with some gumbo, a po' boy with a little shrimp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably going to be my DFS defense of the week. I'm going to be playing that.
Yeah. Let's talk DFS in just a minute. I'm piping hot for that. All right, those are our elevates, but you can't just elevate the world. You got to mitigate some mofos. So let's talk about some players we're mitigating. Your aforementioned homeboy Matt Ryan. You picked him up, but now you're going to hold.
Playing the Eagles, not a good matchup. So the Eagles D is just dominant all across the board. This game is just set up for the Colts to get 10 points. So I do think it's probably, if you're going off the waiver wire and you got to add one of those guys, I'd probably go Kenny Pickett versus the Bengals rather than Matt Ryan. But yeah, if you're looking to play QB carousel, Matt Ryan might be worth holding on to if you've got just scrubs. Again, the wire is pretty trashy at this point in the season. I'm definitely sitting him this week versus the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm with you. Speaking of sitting, Michael Carter, we did say to sit him before. He did do well. So let's just put it that way. He scored 17, 18 points. So a little bit of a swing and a miss, fantasy receipts ourselves. This week, though, Michael Carter again, though, makes the mitigation. He's going to get some targets, but it's against New England, and they do not do well against New England. Bill Belichick
at New England in Foxborough.
This is going to be a good game, though. I mean, it's a low-scoring affair for
low
sure.
scoring affair. And James Robinson, who I don't know if it was Cash and Stacks, Fantasy Millionaires, we told him to cut.
You did.
Yeah. I mean, looks like he's factoring into that offense as well. So I'm not rolling the dice.
I need him instead. Sorry.
I'm not rolling the dice on Michael Carter this week. Is all.
No,
I'm
not either. Oh, no, I'm with you. I'm saying I didn't listen to you though, and I kept James Robinson, and I played him in that league, and he got me a touchdown. So
yeah.
that was like
it looked good. Looked good when he was running the ball too. He was getting some work down low.
Yeah, he was. All right, Devonta Smith this week. He's a sit for you in this Colts matchup. Stephon Gilmore, is that where you're kind of leaning? You think he'll be on AJ Brown? AJ Brown's is so hard to contain.
Yeah, and like you know, I think Devonta Smith is going to have a nice week this week, and then he's going to have his, you know, he goes like two good games, then one bad game. So
he'll for a bad one.
Yeah, the Colts, you know, they have a really good secondary. You know, I could see this being just, the Eagles. I'm probably a little bit worried about them for fantasy purposes as they stay undefeated, because I think there's going to be this, tension hanging over them where they're just like managing games more. I would expect in this game it to be, there's going to be a lot of rushing and not as many targets for Devonta Smith.
I will say, if he does get one on Kenny Moore the second, he's been not great. He's 80th in PFF's rankings. Stephon Gilmore on the other side is top 15. He's 12, so he's top 12. Not top 15, but he's been good despite getting burnt on that Terry McLaurin 50-50 ball to kind of win the game for the Washington Commanders a couple weeks ago. That he got mossed is what he did, but he's still a beast. He intercepted the ball to win the game last week, didn't he? It wasn't that him who deflected or something. No, he didn't intercept it, but he defends Julio Jones at the Devontae Adams at the very end to stop crying Derek Carr. So yeah, he was there. He was there at the very end of that game to win the game for the Colts. So he's a big part of it. So yeah, I think he could definitely give them a little bit of a hardship there, particularly if he gets on Smith. He can just big boy him up there. But anyway, I'm also going to be sitting Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman, I've been sitting him for weeks. Michael Pittman has been mitigated. He had 9 targets or something like that, 7 catches for 52. He had okay. He did get 12 points, but I think you can do better than Michael Pittman this week too against the Eagles. I just don't think Michael Pittman's going to crush. I do not. I think Matt Ryan's going to get sacked a bunch. So
yeah, I might take Pittman off and put Kadarius Toney in the Fantasy Millionaires League. Yeah,
100% do that. Yes,
yeah.
I could find that, and I hope you win your matchup because of it. All right, I put this guy in here because he's a dolt. Tyler Higbee, what a dolt!
That's who I had too. Yeah, versus the Saints.
Yeah, Saints are good against the tight end, and the Rams are not the same. I mean, if Stafford is crushing it, maybe, and he's killing it, maybe, but I just don't think so.
It's risky. It really is. Yeah. I mean, Cooper Kupp not playing, I have him down as my guy too for mitigate. And I think Cooper Kupp not playing it is intriguing for Higbee. But, if you have Higbee, you probably have another tight end. And I would advocate going the other way this week.
Yeah. All right. Same thing. Colts defense. We talked about it. The Eagles, it's going to be a tough matchup. Yeah. We're not going to play that. All right. We got a full range of Eviscerate. Ooh, we're getting to the Eviscerate time. I put this slide together. I can't wait to get these mofos off the team. First is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I played him in the Fantasy Millionaires League. I think I'm still going to win against you, but still, what the hell, bro? Get him off my team. I put him on.
Big zero, dude. Big zero. That the Chiefs swing and miss on first round draft pick Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
It's spelled his name here. I'm going to go back and fix that real quick, but still, it's terrible. I mean, not good. Not good at all.
Clyde Edwards.
Clyde Edwards. Yeah, I
Yep.
left the DFS.
Get rid of
in my head.
him. Get rid of Wandale Robinson. I mean, get rid of Naeem Hines. There's no point in keeping them. Get rid of Chase Claypool. Hey, I think Taysom Hill is you gotta. I'm with you, man. I mean, he's looking pretty cuttable right now. He's looking
ride the
pretty
wave.
cuttable.
You ride the waves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we rode the waves, and now we're getting rid of him. We have not, we figured it out for now. And
Right.
things could change because it's the NFL. So
Yes.
stay tuned.
Right.
And then I'm saying eviscerate the Panthers defense. And the Panthers defense has looked pretty good. But they're playing the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, and I don't want. I mean, Lamar Jackson's a beast. So no, thank you for me. I'm done. That's it.
I'm with you.
Yeah. All right. DFS Stacks of Cash. This is something we've been waiting to talk
GPP
about.
Bang Bros. GPP Bang Bros. Come on.
Bros. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Bo's trying to be a bang bro. Right now, Bo is a little bang bro.
He's our little bang bro.
Yeah, he's a little bang bro in training, right? This is like he's pledging this year. He's pledging, So if he wants to become a true GPP bang bro, he's got to bang a tournament. Like I've gotten second place last 2 years ago. I got second place, won 5K, and then last year I won 2 showdown tournaments. And so those are nice to win. Only one.
I think since I started doing the GPP Bang Bros with you and our little Bang Bro, okay.
Yeah, you're
I think we're on like our 27th game. I think our little Bang Bros maybe one of 2 of our 2 or 3 little Bang Bro.
You probably have won like 12, and I've won 9, and he's won like 2 or 3. It's something like that.
It could be even high. It could be even higher for cash because I did go on a nice run at the end of last season. Like I think I had a 5-game lead going.
You did. You did.
It could be even higher.
It could.
We have to go back and pull the receipts.
I call Cash to figure out what plays to make each week. That's my guy. So you got
100%
like
Justin Fields last week. That was the call.
Yeah, I liked it. I said it to Bo. Bo said it was risky, but he respected it. That was a good call. So, all right.
Yeah, that's the bang, bro. He knows what's up.
Yeah, he knows. He's in it. He's a little bang, bro. All right. Cash. This is stacks. This is how we do it. We got our diamond, gold, and silver stacks. And so let's talk about our diamond stack. I'll go first because mine's more expensive. You know what? I just like this game to shoot out. CD Lamb, 7,500. They put him up a little bit, but man, he looked electric. And he is the wide receiver on that team. He's one of the best wide receivers in the league. You drafted him in the first, couple rounds. You know what you were getting. That's what he's supposed to do with Dak. So maybe not 2 touchdowns, but at least a touchdown. So I really like him in this matchup against Minnesota. Even though they have they've got a good secondary. I'm not going to talk shit about Patrick Peterson. I do think Lamb is better than Patrick Peterson, though. And he's a beast. He's hard to tackle. He's just a great catch guy. He can just catch the football. His hands are ridiculous. So I'm into this matchup. 4,100. It's a little more expensive than yours, but I think it's a good play. What do you think about CD and Dak?
Yeah, man, I like it. I was probably I think that was probably second on my list, bang, bro. I mean, honestly, this is going to be a harder week for me this week. I don't know if I'm going to, do 150 Justin Fields lineups this week.
Right.
I think I am going to have some Dak and CD stacks going for sure. Finally getting Dak back on that offense. It's just, he knows how to get, his horses the ball, and you got to finally get, what was CD Lamb, like 15th, like he was in that, 14 to 20 range in drafts. And we finally got a game where, he returned some of that draft capital. So,
right.
they're
behind on the draft capital.
I think that I could see the Cowboys winning this game, to be honest with you. And I think if they do, it's going to be because of CD Lamb. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things is that it is a road game. So we'll see. They blew it on the road. this last week. So we'll see how their road moxie it
Right.
comes into play. Let's talk about your stack. Joey B with T. Higgins, 39 against Pittsburgh. You talked about it and alluded to it earlier. They played terrible in their first matchup. Was it week 1 they lost to Pittsburgh? Week 1 or 2 early in the season.
I think it was week 1. I think it was week 1, and he threw like 5 picks, something like that.
It was one of the worst performances he's ever had. So
you want to know what though? He threw 5 picks and he still got like 24 points on DraftKings or something like that. I mean, and this is why if TJ Watt wasn't there, I would be building 150 Joe Burrow lineup this week. Because he's just so solid. Even when he throws 5 picks, even when Joe Mixon has 5 touchdowns, he still gets you 22, 23 points. So, I mean, this guy is like,
then he's going to go off.
This guy in most fantasy season-long scoring formats for 6 TDs, per throwing touchdown, he's in the top 3 in most leagues, depending on how you score it. So he's just week in, week out. A bad week for him is when he gets 2 touchdowns. So, I think this is a really nice week to jump on that Higgins stack, dude. And honestly, I'll be doing double stacks. That's my fat stack of the week. This is my fat stack. I'm doing Higgins and Boyd.
New segment for the Bang Bros here, the fat stack. You got to have a fat stack if you're a Bang Bro. I'm gonna substack your diamond stack, make it a gold stack. I plated it up with Boyd a little cheaper. He's $600 cheaper at the Higgins. That's it. That's the leverage on that. He probably will be more rostered, and so you will have the leverage in the rostership category. I'll have the price discount, which will kind of talk about the benefits of that in next year's podcast called GPP Bang Bros. But that's just we'll talk about that. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's sneak over to your gold stack, which I really like right here. Your gold stack. It's got Cole Kmet, he had 7 targets. The rest of the wide receivers altogether had 8 targets. So that is good news, finally, for Cole Kmet rosters, managers, whoever you want to call them. And a cheap stack, too, this week. Only 11-7.
Only 11-7, man. I'm going to ride this train, dude. Justin Fields as like the number 1 quarterback over the last 5 weeks or 6 weeks for fantasy purposes. And I think Cole Kmet is the number 1 tight end over the last 3 weeks or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and ride this train till the wheels fall off. That's as cheap of a gold stack as you're going to get, dude. 11-7. Yeah.
Oh man,
it's juicy.
That's so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think about it like this, right? Red zone, he's there. On those scramble plays, apparently Cole Kmet is a downfield magician. He can appear in the middle of a defense with nobody around him, 40 yards down.
Playing the Falcons too, who are bottom 6, something like that, versus the tight end position and giving up points. So just another opportunity, man.
I'm liking it. All right, we've got 2 more, and then we'll get to 3 tweets and get you out of here. Yours is cheaper than mine, so I'll jump in with mine. Mine is Marcus Mariota, Kyle Pitts, and Arthur Smith. You can get Arthur Smith in this deal too.
You're gonna do it? You gonna do it?
Yeah, 999. It's 99. And
I looked at it. I thought about it. That's ballsy. I love it. I love it. Stacks. That's ballsy.
Yeah, I think this game's going to score some points. You saw that Chicago's defense is trash. So, I could just see this game going and they're going to open the Chick-fil-A's in Atlanta so they can eat. No, I'm kidding. They're never going to open the Chick-fil-A's on Sunday. That was mean. That's not nice. They're not going to open the Chick-fil-A's. Do you know?
I hate when I go to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday and I'm like, oh, damn it.
Well, imagine going to a football game at the stadium that was sponsored by Chick-fil-A, and there's a bunch of Chick-fil-A stands that are not open because it's Sunday. It's like, oh, this is where Chick-fil-A would be. Let me go to a different place that is, but not a Chick-fil-A. So whatever. But no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get dirty with the birdie, and I'm going to go 9-9 on this stack. So, and then we'll see. You went even dirtier here with your bird,
dude. Both are silver stacks, dude. They're end time stacks, dude. Like
they're apocalyptic stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when these are stacks. Like they're you're just hiding them in your closet.
Bus fare stacks, right?
I do like this stack, man. I think Russell Wilson is going to have a good game this game, and I think he has maybe 2-3 touchdowns in him in this game, and I think Dolchitz gets one of them. So
I like that. Did you see that Jordan Vanek said that he thought that Russell Wilson was one of the best plays last week? We would never know until Jerry Jeudy got hurt, like what would have happened. It's kinda,
right,
but maybe that game is different without Jeudy getting injured. I think it would be. So I don't hate it if the Jordan Vanek, the kid, he's on him last week. So it's the thing. Players see edges and opportunities, and sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. But I like how
overstack,
yeah, it's overstack, right? It's cheap. So, all right, let's jump to 3 tweets. Not speaking of cheap, but 3 tweets are free, so that's the best part about them. Which one do you want me to get for you?
All right, go up. I forget which one I did. Yeah, go to that one. Go down. Back down. Back down. That one.
There's 2 of them. See,
that one. I sent it to you because I wanted it to be in order. Yes, that one. That's fine.
Okay.
Doing it. I don't know why they're not.
All right, start over.
Go all the way back.
Yeah.
Big. Okay.
This doesn't need any intro. Just play it.
And those emojis honestly should be illegal. I've been emailing Apple every single day to remove the meat emojis from the iPhones, and they're not doing it. I don't know why they're not doing it. I've been emailing them every single day to stop putting the meat emojis in the phones. Like, it should be illegal. It's offensive to me, and it's triggering to people like me who are vegan, and it's so triggering. And I don't know why they don't take them off the iPhone because they're so triggering. Yes, and these honestly should be illegal. I'm emailing people every single day to remove the meat emojis from the iPhones, and they're not doing it. I don't know why they're not doing it. I've been emailing them every single day to stop putting the meat emojis in phones. Like, it should be illegal. It's offensive to me, and it's triggering to people like me who are vegan, and it's so triggering. Why don't take them off the iPhone because they're so triggering.
Their handle is meat.
Let's go back to his face at the end.
Oh man,
this is bullying. I hope they don't come for us. This is just too funny.
Oh man, I know. I had other ones lined up, and I was like, I saw that. I was like, no, this is hilarious. I gotta play this one. It's so funny.
Mine is pretty self-explanatory too. Have you heard the news about Pete Davidson?
Yes. Emily Ratajkowski, yeah.
Yes. So this is a tweet. It says, "This is what happens when Pete Davidson steps outside."
Right.
And it looks like how do I nicely say this? A huge boner that is shadowing a neighborhood. It looks like it's a school potentially. It's illegal. It's an apartment.
Yeah, what made that?
I don't know. It looks like a giant penis.
That is a perfectly shaped penis shadow.
Yes. So even if you don't like Pete Davidson, this picture is so funny. So it's like a water tower or something, in some city. So
that is so funny. Somebody got up there and they're like, that is a penis shadow, and I'm going to take a picture of that and put it on the internet.
Hey, Bill, I'm up in the chopper. I think I got a penis shadow on the South Tower. I'm going to go come back around and get my camera out. Yeah, it's a penis. I think yours wins. I just, anytime you can put a big, giant shadow penis on the internet, I'm all for it. But I think yours was funnier. So I cried.
Well, mine dovetails perfectly with yours. So go to mine. It's right below it. Go down. You're going up. Go down.
This next is it him again?
Going past him. Go down.
Okay, this
Right
one.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Click on that.
Okay.
So Thomas Walhouse was an English circus performer who lived in the 18th century. He is most famously known for having the world's largest nose, which measured 7.5 inches long. And the tweet just says, he must have done it at least once. Think about it.
Oh, I know what he did. I think he did it more than once.
That got 299,000 likes.
Oh my gosh. I want to be the one who gives it the 300,000th like. I'll retweet it. Yeah, that is so funny. Oh, that's a great way to end the show, man. I gotta say, if you don't already, go follow me, Nimble W Numbers on Twitter, and then go follow my co-star here, hilarious Cash and Stacks over here at the Fantasy Millionaires, and then the Ralph Macho. That's who he is. Dude, you're killing me tonight. I gotta say, I really enjoyed the show. It might be one of my favorites. And I got yummy food waiting for me. I've got Shake Shack. I went today and did my
got my blood so good.
Yeah, I get the spicy red pepper bacon. I cannot wait to do that. I was eating good today, being responsible, and got my blood drawn and fasted and did all the things. And I got my appointments on Thursday with the heart specialist and the checkup on the cholesterol. I'm trying to do good. I'm exercising. No, I'm not perfect. Got my blood pressure machine, so I'm trying to get better. My wife had a great text today. She said, thanks for wanting to live longer. And somebody said something like, "Is your wife Shakespeare?" I was like, yeah, it was funny. So I'm gonna let you close out the show as always, though, Mike, because you got the words of wisdom to give to the people.
Okay, well, great show as always. War and destruction and dominance in week 11. Peace and love everywhere else.
Everywhere else, everybody.